Today's chapter is nutritional and food requirements for adults. In your dietetics textbook, chapter 3, page number 40, those who have the new textbook. If anyone is joining late, please help them out with the page numbers or topic name. So we'll start with today's session. Nutritional and food requirements for adults. So people require a wide range of nutrients for various functions in their body. The first major requirement is for your energy, then your maintenance, your tissue repair, growth, maintenance, immunity. Okay, so for all these functions, variety of nutrients in form of macros and micros are required. And also, if there is even though there is no growth in adulthood, okay, protein is still required to keep up with the maintenance of the tissues. Okay, wear and tear of the tissues that takes place on a daily basis. To keep up with that, protein requirement has to be met. So energy requirements, there is no RDA for energy as such because it is completely dependent on your physical activity. Okay. For example, a person who leads a very sedentary lifestyle, their energy requirement may be around 1,500 to 2,000 kilocalories per day. But a person who is preparing for a marathon, okay, or cycle marathon, okay, a cyclist, those kind of athletes or those endurance activity participators, okay, they will have their energy requirement more than 7,000 kilocalories per day. Okay, so there is no specific RDA for energy. It is completely dependent on how much you are burning, how much energy you're burning on a daily basis. That determines your RDA for your personalized RDA for energy. To replace the worn-out tissues, proteins are required. In growth and development in adults are rare. That is not the reason why protein is used. But in teenagers and in children, protein plays a very important role in growth and development because for the secretion of growth hormone, protein is required. But the same growth hormone is still secreted in adults as well. But to maintain this hormone, this growth hormone is supposed to maintain the worn out tissues, muscles, to give tone to the body, a long lasting tone to the body. For that purpose, growth hormone will be still secreted in an adult body. Okay. Maintenance of body functions in terms of physiological, biochemical, okay, all microscopic body functions that takes place within the body. For the maintenance of that as well, food and nutrient requirements have to be met. So balanced diet is something that is a one shot for majority of the clients, majority of whoever is going to meet you as a client. For them also balanced diet, okay, balanced diet within their calorie demand. So that is very important to maintain a good health. If they are free from any disease conditions, or they have been not guided against having any specific kind of food, in that case, balanced diet is the ideal way to have a healthy life ahead. In balanced diet, 40% of the calories should come from fruits, vegetables. 25% should come from legumes, pulses, cereals, millets. 25 should come from dairy products or meat products or protein sources. 25% should be from protein sources. 10% is good fats, healthy essential fatty acids. Okay, this is how you can classify balanced diet. Even sugar or anything sweet will also come under this 10%. Next, coming to the Indian reference man and woman. Indian reference man and woman, based on these statistics, majority of our RDA has been established. The RDA that ICMR has given, okay, majority of these RDA is established on this particular Indian reference man and woman. This does not mean that every person or every man and woman in India should be in this particular category. No, this is where majority of the population lies. Okay, with the majority of the Indian population, healthy Indian population, adult majority, they are in this particular group. Okay. So again, when it comes to the age group, for men and women, it's the same. Majority of the Indian population right now is in between this age group of 18 to 29. Okay. We are a young country. We still are a young country. So that's the reason why majority of the population lies in this particular age pyramid. Weight of a average Indian man is around 60 kg. This is the old data, but now they have increased. Okay. Now the Indian reference man has increased by 5 kg. Now this is the one that you see on the uh, here on the screen. Okay. This is the old version. Now the average Indian man's age is 19 to 39 years. Okay. And the weight is around 65 kg. Okay. Height is about 1.177 meters. That is about 177 centimeters. And the old height is 173 meters, 1.73 meters or 173 centimeters. Okay. The reason being we have grown better. Our economy has done better. The nourishment, the general population's nutrition and nourishment, that accessibility to food, okay, that has also increased over the previous few years. This is the reason why there has been a slight increase in the height and weight. Okay, when the country is well nourished, when the population is well nourished, they grow better. Okay, and the BMI of the average Indian reference man should be around 20 to 7.5. And this person should be free from any diseases, and they should be physically fit and active for their work. Yeah, age is about 29 now. Now the age what we consider for the Indian reference man is 19 to 39. Which is true for the I guess the next uh, population census which they will take. In that we can see the population has slightly aged. Okay, the majority of the population which was in the 18 to 29 category has now, most of them will go into the 30s. Okay. Women's age is around, even in women, it is around 19 to 39 years of age. Am I audible to all? Okay. Women's age is also 19 to 39 years of age. Non-pregnant and non-lactating. When you consider Indian reference women, okay, these statistics is for non-pregnant and non-lactating women. Okay. Weight for the woman is still the same. It's 55 kg. Even in the old data, the old Indian reference woman was also 55 kg. Today also she is 55 kg. Even in recent data, the woman is around 55 kg. Height is about 1.62 meter. That is 162 centimeter. It's just one increase, one decimal increase in the height. Okay. Earlier it was 161 centimeters. And the BMI should be around 20.75. Okay, in the old data, it was 21.2, but no, it is now 20.75. That is the healthy or reference BMI for the woman. And again, she is also free from diseases, physically fit and active for work. And at least 8 hours a day, she has to be working, and which involves moderate level of activity, 2 hours of walking, and remaining time she's sitting, moving, doing the daily chores, resting, household chores. Okay, these are coming under the women's category. New BMI for man and woman both are same. UBMI for man and woman both are same. It is 20.75. I'll put it in the chat box. So usually when it comes to the dietary allowances, okay, nutritional requirements and dietary allowances, the ICMR data that they have given, okay, it cannot be used as subjective. It cannot be used as subjective. Okay. You have to, when you are dealing with a client, okay, based on what would you analyze their protein requirement? Any guesses? When you are sitting with your client, you are not going to give them specifically when it comes to carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, all the macronutrients. Okay. You are not going to give them what ICMR has told. Their activity, their physical activity level, their body weight, and their physical activity level. Because usually if the person is sedentary, if the woman is sedentary, 0.8 gram per kg body weight. But if she has a moderate to active lifestyle, 1.2 gram per kg body weight of protein. So it is very subjective. The protein requirement specifically is very subjective. Okay. What the ICMR has given is not something, it's not something tailor-made for everyone. Okay. That is where the role of the nutritionist and dietitians come into play. You have to identify where will you put this person in which category you will put this person in. Is it sedentary, moderately active, or endurance activity person? Okay, you have to classify that. Okay, only based on that you can calculate the protein requirement. Zinc, iron, these things, minerals, the mineral requirement won't change. Mineral requirements usually won't change. There will be a slight change in a man's requirement and a woman's requirement. For example, when it comes to iron, who requires more iron? Is it man or a woman in the reproductive age? Okay, it's a woman. Yeah, and also when it comes to women, teenagers have a specific requirement. Pregnant women have other specific requirement. Lactating women have much more iron requirement. Okay, so there are different when it comes to tailor making a meal plan or a menu plan. Okay, that this is when the subjectivity of the case comes into play. Okay, what age group they are in. Okay, if you're dealing with a woman, is she pregnant? Is she lactating? Is she a teenager? Okay, these things will come, and you have to go to the chapters of this. Okay, if you're dealing with a teenager, go to the adolescence chapter. We discussed nutritional requirements of adolescents last, right? Go to that chapter and you can guide them through that. Okay. If you're dealing with a senior citizen, go to that chapter and guide them. If you're dealing with a child who's a female child or a male child, based on that, go to school children, preschoolers, infants, whatever is the age group. And based on that chapter, you have to guide. Okay. What the ICMR has given, it is just a snapshot of what right now, based on the financial capability of the Indian population as well. Okay, based on the reality of the ground reality of how people cook and eat. This is what usually people are able to get. Okay, that is also another factor that determines the ICMR data. Okay, 46 gram of protein on a daily basis is bit on the lower side. At least 55 to 60 grams should be taken. If you are an adult, does not matter man or woman, at least 60 gram of protein should be there in your diet on a daily basis. Okay, your age, your lifestyle, activity level, these can come later, but 60 grams should be the minimum. But does every household, okay, even if you are from an upper middle class family or a middle class family, the Indian woman, okay, married, unmarried, homemaker, working woman, are they able to keep up with 60 gram of protein requirement on a daily basis? What do you think? Not just women, men. It applies to men as well. They are not. So keeping that reality in mind, okay, taking that aspect of the reality, the realistic nature of how Indians eat their food. Carbohydrates, definitely. Indian diet, take any cuisine for matter. Okay, South Indian, North Indian, Indo-Chinese, West, East, okay, any cuisine for that matter. Which macronutrient do you think is dense in our diet? Carbohydrate. Indian cuisines are a carbohydrate forward diet. Okay. Even if you take the main source of protein on an average Indian plate comes from lentils, vegetarian, non-vegetarian, whatever, lentils, beans, okay, pulses, legumes. Majority of protein sources are lentils, legumes, pulses, etc. But these lentils, pulses, legumes are a good source of carbohydrates as well. So definitely you are getting some amount of protein, but you are getting a lot of carbohydrates from that as well. Okay. So we do not have to worry about carbohydrate deficiency in Indian diet, but definitely protein deficiency realistically at a ground level, protein deficiency is prevalent. It's very prevalent in every and most of the households. Okay, until and unless you are a fitness enthusiast, you take protein supplements and all those things. You keep a track of your food diary. You keep a track of your protein intake on a daily basis. Only then we can say, okay, it is working. But how many of we are a population of 1.6 billion people? Uh, Realistically speaking, how many are of us are going to follow this track record? It's difficult. Okay. Also, there is a stigma against protein powders and supplements, but it's a to a certain degree it's a myth. Okay. Am I audible now? Is the screen visible now? Okay. So energy requirement based on the new table, what ICMR has given in 2020, it's around 2,100 kilocalories. Okay. Most of which for men, it is 2,100 at least basic. Then with their physical activity, when it increases from moderate to heavy, definitely you can see the calories also increasing. For women, sedentary women, the calorie intake is much less, around 1,600, 660. Okay, and when there is an increase with her activity level, the energy level will also increase. But somewhere for both of them, somewhere we can just, if you find the average, okay, if you find the average of all these calories, energy calories for men and women, okay, from all the energy calories for men and women, if you find the average of it, you will find it somewhere around 2,000 to 2,300 kilocalories. Okay, that so in a general statement, you can say that 2,000 kilocalories at least an adult should maintain in their diet if they are free from diseases, if they are doing their weight maintenance, not weight loss or weight gain. If they want to do weight maintenance, at least this much kilocalories is required. Okay. Yes, too much of protein is also bad. It will destroy your kidneys. Okay, you will suffer from proteinuria. Majority of protein will pass through the filters of kidneys. It will lead to proteinuria. Protein requirement, I have mentioned here, at least 60 gram on a daily basis should be maintained by both men and women. But apart from that, According to FAO means Food and Agriculture Organization. FAO does not belong to India. It is a US based organization. Food and Agriculture, FAO. Then WHO, World Health Organization. And UNU is United Nations. Full form I don't remember, something related to United Nations. So they have they have they have told 0.66 gram per kg per day should be maintained by every adult. Okay, 0.66 gram per kg per day should be maintained by every adult. Okay, that is what these organizations have stated. In the near future, this number will also change. Okay, based on how the physical activity changes for the people worldwide. Okay, are we getting more and more active, or are we getting more and more sedentary? Based on these things, the RDA will definitely keep on changing. So right now you can focus on this as well. But according to ICMR, okay, ICMR is the Indian organization. A safe protein requirements are 0.83 gram per kg body weight for healthy Indian adults. Okay, so that is the protein requirement. So at least 0.8. What the international organizations have said, that is a bit less as compared to what the ICMR is saying. ICMR is still giving you around 0.8 gram protein requirement per kg per day. Okay. International organizations have a little bit lower protein intake of 0.66 gram. But the thing is, internationally speaking, Western countries, developed countries, they have naturally a higher protein intake as compared to Indians. Okay, their food, the type of cuisine that they have, the type of food that they have on a daily basis, it is definitely carbohydrate forward as well. But the protein quality that they use is better than the protein quality used in India, because it is predominantly a meat based, a non-vegetarian based, and meat based diet. If does not matter what kind of uh, job you have. Okay, apart from the job, how many hours you are dedicating for physical activity, intentional physical activity, that determines if you come in the moderate to active category. Okay, even if you are sitting at the desk job, it's a sedentary activity, but you are burning calories, your BMR is still functioning. But apart from your job, okay, apart from the job, how much you are walking around at your job, apart from that, and how much hours you spend intentionally on exercises, okay, keeping your body moving, that determines are you moderate or sedentary. Okay. Coming to protein energy ratio of diets, protein energy ratio means, let's say 2000 kilocalories is per day's energy requirement. Out of this 2000 kilocalories, how much calories will just protein give you? Protein also gives you calorie. Okay, 1 gram of protein is supposed to give you around 4 kilocalories. So how much calories you are getting exclusively from protein? Okay, that is the protein energy ratio. So the protein requirement can be expressed in this ratio of protein in calories divided by total daily calories. It depends differently for different people. If you see the graph here, this is also a depiction of protein energy ratio. For example, if you take a loaf of bread or a slice of bread, it gives you high energy, but it gives you equal to zero protein. Okay, bread has a very low quality of protein. If you take cheese, okay, high energy, it definitely has high calories, but the protein content of cheese is much on the lower side. Okay, if you take broccoli, okay, energy, it calorie wise it is quite less, but it is a good source of protein. Okay, any meat, meat has a high quality protein, okay, but it can give you less calories depending on what kind of meat you are using. Okay, for example, if you are using boneless meat, will boneless meat have more calories, or the meat which has bones, or which are the meat which is attached to bones has more calories? Which do you think has more calorie, boneless or with bone? Boneless meat has low calorie. Boneless meat has low calorie. It is high in protein. Okay. Any meat that comes with bone, automatically it means that meat with bones have higher calorie. It has higher fat content. Okay. Higher fat content. Skinless and boneless meat like chicken breast, chicken thighs. Okay. These kind of meats have lower calories, but they have good quality protein. Okay. So that is the protein energy ratio. How much calories the protein is giving, and in comparison to the total calories this meal has. Coming to fat, the fat intake in adults should be around 20 to 35. Okay. For women, it should be around 20 to 25. For men, it should be definitely slightly higher than 25. Okay. For both of them, the fat intake should not fall below 20. Specifically for women, fat intake should not fall below 20, because that will lead to hormonal imbalances. Okay. The protein energy ratio, it shows you how much calorie this food will give you in total, in comparison to how much protein you're getting. If you see here, the meat, okay, the chicken breast or any meat, it is giving you high quality protein. Okay, but if you compare it to the energy level, it is giving you low energy. It is not giving you too much of calories, but it is giving you high quality of protein. Okay, why it is not giving you too much calorie? The another thing being, meat satiates people. Okay, you you have 100 grams of meat, and you have 100 grams of vegetables, which will keep the hunger at a bay for a pretty long time. Meat is going to keep your hunger away for a pretty long time, right? So what's happening? Your daily calorie intake is naturally coming down when there is lot of meat in the food. Snacking will reduce. Okay, having too much of calorie dense food will reduce, because you're focusing on small portion of meat, okay, which has small calories but high protein. Cheese has protein. Okay, it is a milk product. It definitely has protein, but you cannot overlook the fact of the amount of fat that is present in cheese. Okay, it's risky to consider cheese as a protein source without looking at the amount of fat that it is going to give. And this fat is going to be a cholesterol laden fat, because the cheese is a animal product. Okay, so it is a cholesterol laden fat. Sprouts, tofu, paneer, okay, chickpeas, moong dal, lentils, beans, soya beans, these all are good sources of protein for vegetarians. So fat, around 20 to 30% of your energy should come from fat. For women, it should not be more than, specifically women who have a sedentary to moderate lifestyle, not more than 25% of your daily calorie energy should come from fat. Minerals. So in India, the calcium nutrient status of Indian population has been increased. Okay, earlier it was just 400 or 600 mg, but now they have increased the calcium content, okay, to 1000 mg. Okay, earlier the ICMR data, whatever they had given, they had mentioned hardly 400 to 600 mg of calcium, but now it is increased to 1000 mg for all adults. And also to meet this requirement, specifically the adults requirements of meeting the calcium, high amount of calcium, this high amount of calcium, at least 300 ml of buffalo milk and a cereal legume diet. Cereal legume diet means khichdi is the best example of it. Okay, cereal, that is rice used, legume dal is used. Okay, so when you are having a cereal legume kind of a diet, along with that, when you are having buffalo milk as well, at least 300 ml of buffalo milk on a daily basis, the calcium intake, what the ICMR has recommended, it can be achieved. Okay. Buffalo milk has higher fat content, higher, it has as compared to cow's milk, buffalo milk has a lot of nutrient categories, which is much higher as compared to cow's milk. Yeah, you can definitely use supplements. There is no harm in using protein supplements if you have a very fast paced life, okay, and you cannot meet your requirements, daily requirements through food. Okay, using supplements, there is not going to be any harm. Whatever supplements you are going to use it, make sure it is well tested, certified supplements. Okay, it comes from a good nutraceuticals, that you have to keep in mind. Also, the RD of phosphorus is also 1000 mg. Iron requirement of for women is should give attention for that. The requirement of iron in women is usually 10 mg more than men, specifically women who are in the reproductive age group. And women who are in the reproductive age group, they lose around 0.6 mg of iron on a daily basis just because of menstruation. So diet for women specifically, have a diet which is rich in citrus fruits, okay, which are naturally rich in vitamin C. Vitamin C enhances the iron absorption. So that's about minerals. Vitamin A, the requirement is same for men and women. And if it is a plant-based vitamin A, it is beta carotene that has to be converted into an active form of vitamin A. Only then the liver can store it. Otherwise, if you have animal-based food, if you are a meat eater, you are a non-vegetarian, if you're a meat eater, you are definitely getting active source of vitamin A directly from the animal products. If you're a vegetarian or vegan, beta carotene has to be converted into active form of vitamin A inside your body, and then it can be stored. All the B complexes are also pretty much the same for men and women. But as soon as your activity level increases, okay, so as soon as your activity level increases from moderate to active lifestyle, the B complex requirement will also increase along with that. Can you state the reason why? What would be the reason why B complex requirement is increasing along with activity level? Sedentary people who have a sedentary lifestyle have a lower requirement of vitamin B complex as compared to moderate or active lifestyle people. They are water soluble, and when you have a moderate to active lifestyle, you sweat, you urinate more, okay, and majority of the vitamin B complexes will be lost through your sweat and urine. Okay, so that is the reason why vitamin B complex requirement increases with your activity level. Coming to the requirement of vitamin C, actually the human on a daily basis, adults will just require 20 mg of vitamin C. But vitamin C, if you're not indulging in fresh fruits and vegetables much, okay, if you're just focused on cooked meals, for 50% of vitamin C is definitely lost in cooking. So keeping that in mind, ICMR has suggested at least 40 mg of vitamin C on a daily basis, so that even if you're cooking your fruits or your vegetables, okay, considering that 50% of vitamin C has been lost while cooking, remaining 20%, 20 gram, you are getting through food, okay. Vitamin A, D, E, and K are stored in liver. Okay, so even when you lose fat, okay, you are losing the fat from the adipose tissue. Okay, vitamin A, D, E, K is not stored in your adipose tissue; it is stored in your liver. Okay, it's some of it is also stored in your muscles. So when you are losing fat, when you are like you are on a weight loss, you are losing fat, it does not affect the stores of vitamin A, D, E, K in the liver. Okay, even if you are going through some nutritional deficiency, liver has a storage of vitamin A, D, E, K for approximately 5 to 6 months. So your weight loss does not affect the fat soluble vitamins at all. Why we call it fat soluble? The reason being, when it is being digested, okay, and how it is going to be absorbed in the intestine, okay, to transport these vitamins from point A to point B, and to transport the vitamins from the intestine to liver, fats are required. That's the reason why it is called fat soluble. Dietary fiber. Based on your energy intake, dietary fiber will be recommended, but do not take more than 60 gram of dietary fiber on a daily basis. 30 to 50 gram of dietary fiber on an average is completely fine. 30 to 50 gram. Your dietary fiber intake should not be more than 60 gram on a daily basis. Otherwise, it will lead to some nutritional deficiency. So is it clear about the nutritional requirements? Next, coming to the food requirements. Cereals. So whole grains, brown rice, white rice, polished rice, unpolished rice, parboiled rice, okay, wheat, even the refined cereals like maida, okay, it comes from meat. Okay, they all constitute the cereal group. Your millets can also be added here in cereals. Millets are different from cereals, but in general, you can put it in the same group. So 75, not more than 75% of your calories should come from cereals. Okay, not more than 75% of the calories should come from any form of cereals. If you are not using cereals, if you are using millets like ragi, jowar, bajra, okay, more than 75% of energy should not come from millets as well. Okay. Pulses, it has to be taken on a daily basis. 2 to 3 servings of pulses is recommended every day. And instead of just taking plain pulses, if you go for sprouted pulses, okay, sprouted or germinated pulses, it is much more nutritious and it is much more protein rich as well. Animal food, if you are an lacto-ovo vegetarian, having 1 egg per day, at least 1 egg on a daily basis, is considered very good for health. Okay. If you are allergic to egg, you can completely avoid it, because including egg will improve your protein intake along with the other foods like cereals, pulses, etc. Red meat should be, if you do take red meat, consider lowering the consumption of red meat. India has a high chance of has a high statistics of cardiovascular diseases. Okay. Yeah, so, sprouted legumes or pulses, you can cook it as well. It will not take too much time cooking, like the unsprouted ones. Sprouted pulses can be cooked at a very less amount of time, half the time required to cook the unsprouted pulses. Okay, you can cook the sprouted moong dal or whatever legumes that you are using sprouted. You can definitely cook it, and the time required is much less as well. It is completely based, how many eggs you require on a daily basis is completely based on your individual protein requirement. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, based on your activity level, your weight, based on all these statistics, you can determine how much. But don't just make eggs the only source of protein. Eggs are definitely good sources of protein, but it should not be the only source of protein. Okay. Lean meat should be preferred as compared to red meat. Red meat, specifically if you have a history of cardiovascular diseases, red meat should be avoided. Cholesterol, cardiovascular diseases, hypertension, avoid red meat. Red meat has higher amount of sodium as well. Okay, so avoid red meat, specifically BP patients, hypertension patients. Sedentary person can have 1 egg per day. Minimum is at least have 1 egg per day. That is more than enough. Gluten-free grains are helpful for people who suffer from celiac disorders. Okay. Otherwise, gluten is not going to be beneficial for any other part of the population. Hardly 2 or 3% of the entire world population suffers from, just 2 or 3% suffers from this disease called celiac disease. Okay. So gluten-free diet is supposed to help only the people who suffer from celiac disease. For others, it is not going to be something that is going to help you reduce weight. Okay. If you have gluten allergy, you can avoid gluten. If you have been diagnosed with celiac disease, avoid gluten. Otherwise, gluten-based food is not going to harm you. At least once a day, if you're having rice, wheat, okay, everything on a daily basis, in one meal have rice, the other meal you can have whatever is a gluten-based grain. Okay. Throughout the 3 times a day, you don't have to depend on some gluten-based grain. You can add more gluten-free grains for variety, for the purpose of variety, and to establish a greater spectrum of nutrients. Okay. But just for the sake of losing weight, gluten does not have any major role in losing weight. Okay. It's there was a time when green tea was promoted a lot, green coffee was promoted a lot. Okay, whey protein powders were promoted a lot, vegan diet was promoted, keto diet was promoted. Now gluten free diet is getting promoted. Okay, there was also a time when carnivorous diet, if you are aware of that. Have anyone heard about carnivorous diet? Okay, so this is kind of a trend. This is a trend. It comes and goes. So don't fall for trends. Okay. Yeah, carnivorous diet means completely meat-based diet. They don't even have any cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables, nothing. Only red meat. Okay. So these are different kinds of diets present. Celiac diseases unfortunately cannot be reversed because it is an anatomical dysfunction. The length of the villi that you have in your intestine, finger-like projections that are supposed to absorb the nutrients, okay, they are not elongated enough. They have been flattened. So this is an anatomical problem a person is born with. Okay, so to reverse it, I don't think so it is possible. There's an option available. There is no evidence of gluten-free being good for PCOS and thyroid. There is no evidence for that. Anti-inflammatory food can help with PCOS and thyroid. And also in animal foods, those who are pescatarians, fish, specifically oily fish like sardines, mackerels. Sardines, mackerels are really good oily fish, and it is available in plenty and at lower cost in majority of the coastal regions of India. Okay. Antioxidant rich diet is an anti-inflammatory diet. There are other aspects also. Coming to milk and milk products, at least 500 ml of milk or dairy products has to be included in the diet. Okay. 250 ml of milk, either in form of tea, coffee, milkshake, smoothie, whatever you choose for. Other 250 ml in the form of curd or buttermilk. Okay. You can choose your pick. If you are a vegan, replace it with plant-based dairy milk. Okay. Soy milk, almond milk, oats milk, whatever. If you're a vegan, you can replace this particular fourth point with plant-based milk, plant-based options. For lactose intolerant, majority, 60 to 70% of Indian population is already lactose intolerant, but we are unaware of it. If you're lactose intolerant, take away the milk, put buttermilk and curd in that place. Okay, you can put buttermilk and curd in that place. Buttermilk and curd does not have lactose. Lactose has been converted into lactic acid. Okay, when it comes to curd and buttermilk, lactose has been converted into lactic acid. So for lactose intolerant people, they can definitely have curd and buttermilk in this place, and you can switch the milk with plant-based milk, fortified plant-based milk. And again, low-fat milk should be preferred. Even the people who have PCOD, you can take milk, but go for low-fat milk, not the full-toned milk. People who suffer from PCOD, if they have weight gain issues, go for low-fat milk. It's subjective. Not everyone who is suffering from PCOD or PCOS may have weight gain, but weight gain is commonly associated in women. Weight gain is commonly associated with hormonal imbalances as well, metabolic imbalance as well, because hormones are not being secreted properly. It affects their metabolism. Okay. So to make the diet less calorie dense, go for low fat. Vegetables and fruits, at least 5 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in form of salad, okay, raita, green leafy vegetables with proper dressings and all, colorful fruits, which is seasonally available. Choose for seasonally available fruits, locally available fruits, carrots, pumpkin, beetroot, tomatoes, fresh legumes. Taking the juice, if you think that it is better to take the juice of the fruit, it can lead to loss of vitamin C as well as fiber. And fruit should not be ever cooked. Do not mix fruits in one meal. If you are having a fruit, take one fruit and give it the proper time. If it is an apple, just have that apple. Don't mix any other fruits in that particular meal. Okay. And fruits should not be taken along with meals. Fruits should be given a specific time, like a midday snack, like that. You have to take fruits. Do not mix various groups of fruits together, that they may clash while absorption. For example, orange and Mosambik can be taken together. There is no issues in that. Orange, grapefruit, Mosambik, these can be taken together. They come from the same family of fruits, citrus fruits. Okay. Apple and pears can be taken together. Apple and pear. Okay. They can be taken together. So keep in mind the fruit family from which group of from which species of fruit these all come from. The same species can be you can take that in the same time, but do not mix two different fruit groups or fruit species in the same go. Yeah, you can definitely take ABC juice, okay, because ABC juice, it is highly rich in beta carotene. It's a really good source of vitamin A. Okay, so focusing on vitamin A and iron, okay, ABC juice has come into play, and also other forms of antioxidants and minerals which is found in beetroot, carrot, and apple. Okay, if you're taking banana should be taken as a completely separate snack, not with any other fruit. Banana is a completely different fruit family as compared to apples and pears. Coming to fats, oils, and sugar, just 15 to 20% maximum should come from fats for women specifically. At least 20% should come from fat, and 5% can come from sugar. Okay, if you are on a weight loss journey, or you are on a weight watch journey, okay, 5%, sorry, 15% of energy can come from fat, 5% can come from sugar. Okay, you can have sugar. There is no rule that you should not have sugar at all. At least 25 gram of sugar every a healthy adult person can take. Okay, that is about 5 to 6 spoons of sugar on a daily basis you can take. Okay, that is recommended by WHO, and even by the UK Institute of Nutrition Sciences. They have recommended this particular gram of sugar on a daily basis, 25 gram of sugar on a daily basis, not more than that. It should be less than 25 gram of sugar on a daily basis. Cucumbers, it's better to take cucumber before your lunch or dinner. And it is always better to use more than one type of oil. Combination of oils can also be used. You can already buy combination oils, okay, from market. Polyunsaturated fatty acid rich oil should be brought. Trans fat, low trans fat, cholesterol, and saturated fat based oils should be used. Trans fat is found in all your bakery items. Antioxidants, just WhatsApp me. I have shared the link of the fruit combinations to be avoided to the previous batch students. I will forward you the same link as well. Just WhatsApp me those who require that link. Antioxidants. So there are different forms of antioxidants, preventive antioxidants, and propagative antioxidants. There are different types of it. So based on the type of fruits you are using, or based on the type of food that you are using, or even the supplements that you're taking, antioxidant supplements are also available, like in the form of glutathione, etc. So they have, every different antioxidant has a different pathway of functioning. Okay, so it is completely based on what supplements you are using or what kind of food you are using. So if the diet is rich in raw fruits and vegetables, you are definitely getting a lot of antioxidants. Okay, antioxidants is present more in raw fruits and vegetables as compared to cooked ones. I have mentioned my contact details in the chat box. Please save the number and you can WhatsApp me, those who have not contacted me. Coming to the water intake, for adult man, based on your body weight, at least 32 to 55 for 58 ml of water per kg body weight. And for females, for women, 27 to 52 ml per kg body weight. Now this completely depends on your body weight the water requirement. Otherwise, you can also go by the statistics of 1 liter of water for every 20 kg body weight. 1 liter of water for every 20 kg body weight, or 1 liter of water for every 25 kg body weight. There are two ways of finding the exact water requirement for you. For example, let's go by 1 liter of water, 1 liter of water for every 25 kg of body weight. So do the calculation. If a woman is 60 kg in weight, if the woman is 60 kg in weight, what will be her water requirement? For every 25 kg, 1 liter is the requirement. So this woman is 60 kg. Every 25 kg, 1 liter is the water requirement. Then what is it is approximately 2.4. You can take 2.5. Okay, 2.5 liter. You can go by this as well. This this is also, it is much more user friendly. Okay, per 25 kg, 1 liter has to be given. 1 liter of water has to be taken. Okay, so yeah, approximately 2.4 to 2.5 liter of water can be taken. So as your weight increases, if you are dealing with somebody who is more than 60 kg, so definitely 70 kg, 75 kg, it will be around 3 liters, 3.5 liters, and so on. Okay. With activity level, it increases. Along with that, seasonally, in summers you will have higher water intake as compared to cooler months. But this 2.4 ml, so 2.5 liters per day, it should be the baseline, irrespective of the season. Okay. Yeah, it is the same for men as well. It's the same for men as well. For a person who is overweight, they have to, the person who is overweight, not more than 4 liters of water should be taken by a human on a daily basis, because that will lead to hyponatremia and other deadly conditions in which the electrolytes are diluted so drastically that it could be fatal. Not more than 4 liters of water on a daily basis. Water weight in your body completely differs. If you're suffering from water retention, definitely water weight will be higher. Okay. If you're suffering from high blood pressure, water weight will be higher. You have a lot of water retention. People who suffer from low blood pressure will not have any water retention. Their weight will be very low. Okay. Coming to the low-cost balanced diet, there is a topic on diet for shift workers that you can read on your own. It's just a small paragraph they have given. You can just read on your own. It does not apply for everyone. People who go for shift work, like day shift, night shift, okay, healthcare and all, call centers, healthcare's IT department, police work, law enforcement, those who have night shifts, day shifts, okay, for them, what eating pattern should be followed. They have given a small paragraph. You can just have a read of it's a self understandable topic. You can read that later. Coming to low cost balanced diet, cereals are less expensive. Try to use the ration shops as much as possible if you are going to deal with a family who comes from lower social income. These are the guidelines that you have to give them. Cereals, which are less expensive, lentils, legumes, less expensive, that can be given to them. Add more millets like ragi, bajra, jowar. They are also quite less expensive as compared to cereals. and try to consume more big, thick rotis that can help to save time and fuel. Instead of making smaller, thin rotis, go for big, thick rotis. It can save the cost of fuel and time. Cereals and pulses combination can improve the quality of protein in the diet, as well as it can also reduce the meal preparation time and fuel. Okay. For example, if you're making uh, dal and rice separate, and if you're making khichdi when you are together, okay, you are definitely going to save more fuel while you are making khichdi. Okay. And time as well is also saved when you're making khichdi, because everything you're cooking in a single pot, right? So try to add more combinations of pulses and cereals. It will improve the protein quantity as well. Drumsticks are very cheap. They are very inexpensive, but they are loaded with nutrients, iron, drumstick leaves as well. Drumstick leaves as well. Kitchen garden should be incorporated. Small items like some of your coriander leaves, mint leaves. Okay, these are fenugreek leaves, methi leaves. Okay, these things you can bring up in your own kitchen garden, small in a small bucket or so. Small cherry tomatoes, chilies, etc. Okay, at your own kitchen garden you can plant. Am I audible? Is the screen visible? Dry fish, it has a very peculiar smell. Your neighbors may not be quite happy with the smell of dry fish when you're cooking it, but it is again less expensive as compared to the fresh fish. And also when during off seasons, when the trawling time is going on, when you cannot procure fish, having dry fish is a better option. But those who suffer from hypertension, high blood pressure, okay, people who have high PP, kidney disorders, they cannot have dry fish. It is rich in sodium. It is much more salty. Okay, so you can those people have to avoid it, but otherwise, dry fish is also a good source of protein, minerals. Okay, sea minerals. But cooking it is quite difficult. It creates some pungent smell, and not everyone likes the smell of it. Yeah, the fatty acids are safe. Omega-3 fatty acids content, the fat content is safe. Broken rice is also quite less expensive, and from ration shops and all, easily broken rice can be procured. Jaggery and toned milk. Instead of sugar, you can go for jaggery. Jaggery and sugar will give you the same calories. There is no difference in the calories, but jaggery has much more. It is white sugar is just calorie rich. It has no nutritional status, but jaggery has some amount of minerals in it. That is the only difference. Jaggery is a molasses that has some minerals in it. Okay, that's the only difference. But calories is same. The amount of calorie that sugar will give you is the same calorie what jaggery will give you, or honey or date syrup can give you. And jaggery, why we have mentioned jaggery here? Because it is rich in iron and other minerals. That is the reason we have mentioned jaggery here. Toned milk, which is low in fat, is again less expensive, but it can also give you all the nutrients except for fat. Okay, the nutrient quality will not decrease. The nutrient quality is the same in toned milk except for fat. Steamed food are much better in nutrient form as compared to fried food. Ration shop distribution should be used as much as possible. Public distribution system, that is ration shop. All the staple cereals and millets can be availed from ration shops at very low cost. Coming to vegetarianism, classification of vegetarianism, there are different forms of vegetarianism. First is a semi-vegetarian. Fruits, grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, vegetables, milk products, eggs, chicken, and fish can be eaten. They can eat this. The only thing that they exclude is meat. Okay, for example, red meat. Red meat is something that they exclude. The lean meat like poultry meat, fish, eggs are added in semi-vegetarian diet as well. The only thing that they do not eat is meat, red meat, for legged animals usually. Then we have pesco-vegetarian. We cannot call jaggery healthier, because when it comes to calorie and when it comes to jaggery's way how it increases the blood insulin levels, the blood glucose levels, it is very similar to how sugar functions in the body. The only thing is it has a little bit more of minerals, but does not mean you can substitute sugar with jaggery and it can be used by a diabetic person. Jaggery cannot be used by a person who is diabetic, or somebody who is trying to lose weight and they are trying to avoid sugar. Jaggery has the same physiology of sugar. Okay. Pesco vegetarian, again, they will eat fish. All the vegetables, fruits, grains, legumes, etc. is added. Egg is also added in their meat, in their meal, but along with fish. But no other meat, not even chicken or meat, red meat is included in the pesco vegetarian. The only thing that they will have is fish and eggs, along with the other vegetarian diet. Next is lacto-ovo vegetarian. No meat is present in lacto-ovo vegetarian diet. Fruits, vegetables, everything that a regular vegetarian has will be there. Milk products are there. Eggs are also added. Okay. And they have a higher risk of developing iron deficiency, lacto-ovo vegetarians. Ovo vegetarians, they will not have milk and milk products, only eggs, fruits, vegetables, legumes, that is ovo vegetarian. No milk and milk products, no meat at all. Vitamin D, calcium, riboflavin, and iron deficiency is seen. Vegan diet, lacto-vegetarian, they will not eat eggs at all. They will have milk products, milk, and majority of the Indian vegetarians come under the lacto-vegetarian. They will not have eggs, fish, meat, red meat, chicken, entire vegetarian stuff along with milk and milk products. That is the majority of the Indian vegetarians category, what we have. Vegans, through all the vegetables, plant-based diet, no animal food at all. They have higher chance of developing various nutritional deficiencies like vitamin B12, vitamin D, high quality protein deficiency, calorie deficiency, iron deficiency, calcium deficiency. Okay. Then we have macrobiotic vegetarian. They will not have any unrefined or unprocessed food or grains that has smaller amounts. For example, maida. These things will be avoided. Milk and milk products are added. It is optional again. Some macrobiotics will still eat fish, others will avoid it. But what they completely avoid is no packaged food at all, no meat, no eggs. That is macrobiotic. Okay. They only have the cereals and pulses. What they have is unrefined, unprocessed. So no maida. No maida is used in a macrobiotic diet. And no packaged items like Lay's, chips, baked food items, cake, pastries, brownies. These things are completely avoided from their diet. That is macrobiotic. Then fruitarians, only raw fruits, avocados, nuts, seeds, berries, all the other foods, even vegetables, cereals, grains, legumes, meat, everything is avoided. They have a lot of deficiencies again, like vegans: calorie, protein, calcium, iron, vitamin B complexes, okay, they lose a lot in nutritional aspect. Then raw food diet, very similar to vegan diet, but the only thing is they eat uncooked and unprocessed food, but no animal food at all. No meat, no milk, no egg, no animal food. But whatever food they have, it is always uncooked, raw, very similar to raw, what the vegans have. Vegans will still have cooked version of food, but raw food diets will not have cooked version of food. And again, it is very difficult to follow this for a long time because it will not meet any of the nutritional requirements. So these are the different classification of vegetarianism. So is it clear to all the different forms of vegetarianism? All the coastal states of India, all the coastal states of India are predominantly non-vegetarian, and all the central states of India are predominantly vegetarian. Okay, that's the geographical demarcation of vegetarianism. And India is predominantly a non-vegetarian country. It's an unpopular myth that India is a vegetarian nation, but no. A majority of the population in India, 70%, 60 to 70% of Indians are non-vegetarians. Remaining just 20 to 30%, 40% are the only ones who are pure vegetarians. Okay, India naturally is a predominantly non-vegetarian country. Fruitarians will only eat raw fruits, avocados, seeds, nuts, berries, but no vegetables, no cereals, no legumes, no pulses, no animal food, no milk products, no eggs. That is fruitarians. They only survive on fruits, seeds, cashew nuts, almonds, avocados. Okay. So nutritional consideration, this is for vegetarians, okay? Nutritional considerations for vegetarians, for a vegetarian diet. So energy, definitely vegetarian diet are lower in terms of fat. So therefore it has lower calories. So good for weight loss. Those who are looking for weight loss, vegetarian diet is easier to lose weight. But the low fat vegetarian diet can be too much in bulk. So children who are born into the vegetarian family, for them consuming adequate calories becomes very difficult. Okay, because if you want to reach a specific calorie amount, you have to eat a lot in terms of bulk, and children may try to avoid it. So the nutritional deficiency in kids, in vegetarian kids, are far more common as compared to non-vegetarian kids, just because of the bulk of it. Okay, what a non-vegetarian kid can have in one plate is much lesser in amount, but all the calories and nutritional requirements will be fulfilled. But the same nutritional requirement and calories, if a vegetarian child has to fulfill, the plate size, the bulk in the plate could be quite double. Okay, so it is intimidating for the child. Specifically for grown-ups can still overcome that, but for children, it is quite intimidating. Okay. Have encouraging vegetarians to have full fat milk can solve this issue and try to make the food more calorie dense, like pouring a teaspoon of ghee, okay, or any virgin coconut oil or any virgin oil over your cooked food can also enhance the nutritional quality of the food. Along with that, it can make your food more calorie dense without increasing the bulk. Protein. Essential amino acids can be met by consuming a lot of plant protein sources. That if you can have egg, at least one egg per day for vegetarians, those who are lacto-ovo or ovo-vegetarians, it's better. So try to mix cereals and pulses together as much as possible in your diet. For example, idli, dosa, okay, khichadis, pongals. Okay, these are the different cuisines, Indian cuisines, which are naturally made in such a way that cereals and pulses or legumes are mixed together. Okay, So it's a really good source of protein as well. Complete protein you can get through these meals. Soya products can be included in your diet, which can increase the protein and calorie values as well. Fatty acids, specifically omega-3 fatty acids, have more flaxseed oils, chia seeds, flaxseed oil in your diet on a daily basis. Rapeseed, green leafy vegetables, walnuts, any nuts, seeds are good in fatty acids. Rice, it's better to have brown rice, parboiled rice, okay, as compared to white rice. Calorie value of brown rice, parboiled rice, and white rice is the same. The only thing that differs is the amount of vitamin B complex that is present. Polished white rice has lost majority of the B complex vitamins as compared to brown rice and parboiled rice. Okay. White rice is the one that could lead to weight gain because it affects the satiety. Okay. It is digested very quick and you may get hungry very quickly after you have white rice. Vitamin B is lost in cooking as well. On a daily basis, vegetarians should add flax seeds or walnut or at least soybean in your diet on a daily basis to get the fatty acids. Calcium, consume a lot of milk and milk products as much as possible. Lactose, who are lactose intolerant, can consume curd or the alternatives of it, alternatives of milk, fortified plant-based milk, please use that. Have food like ragi, green, all the green vegetables, sesame seeds, gingerly seeds they have mentioned in the textbook, but it is sesame seeds. Til, what we call as til. They are good in calcium. Encourage pregnant women, lactating women, and growing children to have more milk-based products. And whoever is vegan or fruitarian, they have to consume calcium supplements, definitely. Iron intake. Vegetarian diet is generally high or rich in iron, but it is a non-heme iron. Okay. So the absorption of this definitely vegetarian diet is rich in iron, but the absorption is very tricky. Okay. So if you are soaking, sprouting, or fermenting any greens in terms of legumes, pulses, or even soaking the green leafy vegetables before cooking, you can lose many of the oxalates and phytates, and then the iron absorption becomes easier because oxalates and phytates will not allow calcium to be absorbed. Along with that, it will not allow iron to be absorbed as well. And add more vitamin C. If, for example, if you are cooking any green leafy sabzi, okay, when you are making any sabzi that is made up of green leafy vegetables, try to add tomatoes into it. Okay. Try to add tomatoes while you're cooking any green leafy vegetables. The antioxidants in tomatoes, a specific name is there, lycopene, something like that, that is present in tomatoes, that will try to protect the vitamin C and iron that is present in the green leafy vegetables. Okay, so whenever you're preparing any food that is made of green leafy vegetables, try to add tomatoes into the recipe. People who like rotis and like rice breads, you can definitely have it and still lose weight. The trick is try to eat vegetables, raw vegetables, salads first thing as a meal. Okay. And before even having the salad, have a glass of vinegar water. Any vinegar will do. Okay. Not just apple cider vinegar, any vinegar water can do. Just add 2 teaspoons of vinegar, have a complete full glass of lukewarm water. It will reduce your blood glucose levels. After 10 minutes, have raw salad, raw vegetables. If salad is not available, just have 1 whole cucumber. Okay. And then you can go for your rotis or sabzis or bread, whatever. You can still indulge in it. Control on the portion size. That is important. don't, if you're on a weight loss journey, don't have to more than 2.5 chapatis, small chapatis. Okay, and have a lot of sabzis, not overcooked, low fat sabzis. Okay, and before having roti or chapati or bread, have a lot of salad. At least half of your plate should be filled with vegetables, different forms of vegetables and legumes. Okay, so naturally, yeah, vinegar is safe. Any form of vinegar is safe. You are not having too much vinegar, just 1 teaspoon of vinegar in a 250 ml of hot lukewarm water. Okay, lemon water does not have acetic acid. Why vinegar has been mentioned here? Because of the presence of acetic acid. Acetic acid in diet is supposed to lower your blood glucose levels after you eat food. You can have hot water, just plain hot water. If you are focused on, if you suffer from insulin resistance, specifically girls and women who suffer from PCOD, if you have insulin resistance, try having acidic water that is present in vinegar. Acetic acid is present in vinegar. So try to have acetic acid water. Then you can reduce your vinegar cannot be replaced with lemon water because lemon water has citric acid. We want acetic acid here to reduce your blood glucose levels. Citric acid does not have that impact what acetic acid has to reduce your blood glucose levels. You can have this daily before lunch. And after this, you can have your salad, your greens, your salads, raw fruit, fiber, because let the fiber go in first. That will create the mesh in such a way that majority of the calories will not be absorbed. You can eat healthy in controlled portions. You will feel full for a longer time. It will balance your gut health, and it will also aid in weight loss. Okay, so you can have your chapatis, your rotis, your rice, whatever you want to have, you can have it, but follow this order. Okay. Drinking this water, this hot water, and within 5 minutes you can have your salad. And within 5 minutes, once you have done your salad, whatever meal you have prepared, carbohydrate, protein, dense, fat and sweet meal, whatever you have prepared, you can continue having it. Next comes to the zinc source. Best sources of zinc are in animal products, but for vegetarians, nuts, seeds, whole grains also contains enough amount of zinc. Again, soaking and sprouting. If you're using legumes, if you're using pulses, chickpeas, chana dal, whatever legumes you are using, green peas, whatever legumes you're using, try to soak it at least for an hour or so, and then use it in cooking. Don't directly use the wash the legumes, wash the dal from your container, and then drop it into the cooker and then cook. Don't do that. At least soak it. Okay, at least soak it for at least 1 hour. All the legumes, pulses, cereals. Okay, cereals you can avoid soaking because you may lose the vitamin B complex. Pulses and legumes, soak it so that you can take away as much as oxalates and phytates as possible, so you can get the benefit of calcium and other minerals as much as possible. Okay. Iodine, again, plant-based diets are again based low on iodine. Consumes iodized salt. Some oils are also available which is iodized. Vitamin A, plant food, anything that is yellow, orange, red, plant-based food is good source of vitamin A. Capsicums, papayas, mangoes. Okay, anything that is yellow or in color, orange in color, carrots. Okay, good source of vitamin A in form of beta carotene. Vitamin D, it's only present in animal food. It's not present in plant-based food. But if you are a mushroom eater, if you like mushroom, keep the mushroom out in sunlight for 5-10 minutes and then cook it. But mushrooms can produce vitamin D. Okay, mushrooms actually are fungi, so they can produce some amount of vitamin D. So if you're preparing anything of mushroom, put the mushroom after washing the mushroom. You can put it out in sunlight for 5-10 minutes and then use it in cooking. Okay, so you can get some vitamin D from mushrooms. Otherwise, vitamin D is not present in any of the plant-based diet. Vitamin D supplements will be taken for vegans. Roasted seeds, you will lose certain nutritional benefits in roasted seeds as compared to raw seeds. Roasted seeds are a bit less on terms of nutritional benefits. Vitamin B complexes. Vitamin B complexes. Plant sources do contain some amount of vitamin B complexes, specifically in terms of cereals. Fermented food is also a good source of vitamin B complexes in terms of like curd or any fermented food, yeast-based fermented food. Rolled oats can be soaked as well, but if you're soaking it for overnight and then using it as it is the next day, or if you're washing the oats, you are losing vitamin complexes and other minerals also. Folic acid, specifically pregnant women, lactating women should focus on folic acid. Do not be deficient in folic acid. Vitamin C, 40 grams of vitamin C. But in vegetarian diets, usually you will get uh, in vitamin C, you will definitely get vegetarian diet. You will definitely get enough amount of vitamin C if you are having fruits and vegetables on a daily basis. If you're soaking oats and washing it out, okay, you will lose the mineral part of it, vitamin B complex part of it. Okay, but if you're soaking the oats overnight, soaked oats, if that's your breakfast, then it is not an issue. You will definitely get the nutrients out of it. Fiber, vegetarian diet is rich in fiber as compared to non-vegetarian diet. That's the reason why vegetarians have a lower risk of colon cancer, lower risk of cardiac disorders as well. Health benefits of vegetarian diet. Obesity, there is reduced chances of obesity. Usually the BMI for vegetarians is on a lower side, so less chance to become obese. Heart diseases, again, less chance of heart diseases because the only form of cholesterol that a vegetarian may get is through dairy product, through ghee. If you are overusing ghee, definitely you will get cholesterol issues. But if you are limiting the use of ghee, butter, and you are using more plant-based oil, seed-based oil in your diet, you will be fine. If overusing ghee, butter can also lead to cholesterol issues. For lacto-ovo vegetarians, when the diet has a lot of red gram, black gram, wheat, parboiled rice, and milk, okay, these have antioxidants which can reduce the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Cancer, again, vegetarians have significantly lower rate of cancer as compared to general population, specifically colon cancer, esophageal cancer, intestinal cancers, okay, quite less risk of cancer in vegetarians, specifically GI cancers, okay, gastrointestinal cancers. Other diseases, low rate of type 2 diabetes,
in vegetarians, lower risk of gallstones, constipation, dementia, stroke, enhanced better life cycle, healthy life because of lower body mass index. Coming to vegan diet. So it is a plant-based diet excluding all animal products, even milk, curd, meat, eggs. Is all honey also. Honey is also removed from vegan diet. So a vegan plate, it will have majority, it will have vegetables and fruits. 40% of it is vegetables and fruits. Then plant-based protein, and 25% is carbohydrates from grains, starchy vegetables, legumes, cereals, and 10% is from through healthy fats. So that just by looking at it, you can understand that their diet is typically quite high in fiber, vitamin C, B complexes, iron, green leafy vegetables, so iron, lot of antioxidants. If enough amount of healthy fats are being taken in form of chia seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds, avocados, then definitely omega-3 fatty acids requirement is also met. The only thing that is lacking is vitamin D, calcium, vitamin B12. Okay, these are the only nutrients which are found in animal food. So supplements will be required. And here, any vegan should at least aim to have at least 80 to 100 gram of good quality vegetable protein. Why 80 to 100 gram, irrespective of whatever weight you are, because animal food, vegetable protein absorption rate is quite low as compared to animal protein. So at least if you have a target of 80 to 100 grams of plant-based protein, your body will be actually absorbing at least 60 to 65 grams of this plant-based protein. Okay, so that is the reason why target should be much higher, and that to good quality plant-based protein. And body mass index also, the weight control with vegan diet is also quite good. Definitely take food which is fortified with vitamin B12. If you are using a tetra packaged plant-based milk, okay, oats milk, almond milk, soy milk, whatever, for millet milk, whatever you're using, if it is tetra packaged one, look for the one specifically which is fortified with vitamin B12, D, calcium. Okay, even if you're taking supplements, go for the fortified ones. Supplements usually will not take care of your RDA. That is the reason why supplements come under 40 to 50% of the RDA, majority of it, which is not prescribed, which are just specifically sold by nutraceuticals. Nutraceuticals RDA, they don't completely give you, they will not sell you the 100% RDA except for few trace minerals, okay, except for the omega-3 fatty acids or few trace minerals. They will not give you 100% RDA through their supplements, either 40%, 50%, and so on. The remaining part you have to cover up with your diet at least. Okay. So advantages and disadvantages of vegan diet. Advantages we'll see first. Variety of fruits and vegetables is available. Ideal for weight loss. Increased feeling of satiety because you are eating a bulk of food. And along with that, low calorie is there. Bulk is more, but low calorie. So you feel full for a long time. High fiber intake. And if you know your vegan diet well, if you know the plant protein well, you will not have any issue maintaining the daily protein requirement. But it is better for vegetarians more because they can at least consume milk and milk products. But for vegans, it is not a advantage. It is naturally high in carbohydrate. So people who have an endurance training kind of lifestyle, weightlifters, heavy weightlifters, sprinters, contact sport personalities, gymnasts, okay, for them who are in endurance training, for them vegan diet is a good option because naturally it is a high carbohydrate diet, high healthy complex carbohydrate diet. Okay. Disadvantages: low in protein and fat. A lot of nutritional deficiencies is seen. Vegans have more trouble achieving the protein requirements without using protein supplements. they have to use some or the other form of supplements. Plant-based protein supplements has to be used here. And for athletes, maintaining this high protein requirement through vegan diet is a tricky phase. And they need more protein as protein quality of the diet is lower as compared to vegetarians and meat eaters. Vegetarians still have the options of milk-based products or eggs in some cases. So to keep up with the protein quality with the vegetarians and meat eaters, it is very difficult with a vegan diet.